Welcome to our channel. Today, we embark on a journey through one of the most revered scriptures in the world, the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, often referred to simply as the Gita, is a 700-verse Hindu scripture that is part of the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata. It consists of a conversation between Prince Arjuna and the deity Krishna, who serves as his charioteer. Set on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Gita addresses profound spiritual and philosophical questions posed by Arjuna as he faces moral dilemmas about fighting in the war. Throughout its chapters, Krishna imparts timeless wisdom on topics such as duty, dharma, righteousness, devotion, and the nature of existence itself. Its teachings transcend time and remain relevant to people of all backgrounds, seeking guidance in their spiritual journey. In this video series, we will delve deeper into these teachings, exploring their meanings, relevance in today's world, and practical applications in daily life. This video is for Chapter 1, which named as Lamenting the Consequence of War.
Acharya pitara putran tateva cha pitamaha matula shvashura pautraha shala sambandhinastatha etan nahantumichhami natopi madhusudana apitrailokya rajyasya heto kim nu mahi krite.
Translation: Teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, grandsons, fathers-in-law, grandnephews, brothers-in-law, and other kinsmen are present here, staking their lives and riches. O Madhusudan, I do not wish to slay them, even if they attack me. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, what satisfaction will we derive from the dominion over the three worlds, what to speak of this earth? Commentary: Arjun looked at the vast gathering of warriors on the battlefield and started considering his relationships with them. His teachers, Dronacharya and Kripacharya, grand uncle Bhishma and Somadutta, Bhurishrava, Somdatta's son, Kuntibhoj, Purujit, Shalya, and Shakuni his maternal uncles. The 100 Kauravas were his uncle Dhritarashtra's sons, their sons, grandsons, and several other relatives had all assembled there prepared for a battle till death. Twice in this verse, Arjun used the word API, which means even though. He addresses Sri Krishna as Madhusudan, the killer of a demon named Madhu, and says, O Madhusudan, I do not wish to kill them even though I am aware they are eager to do so. Again, he says, even though for the sake of victory over the three worlds we fight, what joy would we get by killing our own folks?
Nihatya dartra rashtranaha ka priti syanjanardana papamevashraye dasman hatvaitana tatayinaha tasmannahar hantum dartarashtran svabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasya madhava.
Translation: O maintainer of all living entities, what pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Even though they may be aggressors, sin will certainly come upon us if we slay them. Hence, it does not behove us to kill our own cousins, the sons of Dhritarashtra, and friends. O Madhav, Krishna, how can we hope to be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Commentary: Similar to the previous verses, Arjun continues to explicate his unwillingness to kill his relatives by using the words even though again. Addressing Sri Krishna as Janardana, sustainer of the populace, he said, even though I am aware that they are willing to attack us, I feel it would be a sin to kill my uncle Dhritarashtra's sons. Then addressing him as Madhav, goddess Lakshmi's husband, Arjun said, "It is not proper on our part to kill our cousins and relatives. How can we ever be happy by doing such a deed?"
यद्यप्येते न पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषम् मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम् कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान्निवर्तितुम् कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन.
Translation: Their thoughts are overpowered by greed, and they see no wrong in annihilating their relatives or wreaking treachery upon friends. Yet, O Janardhan, Krishna, why should we, who can clearly see the crime in killing our kindred, not turn away from this sin? Commentary: Arjun was a proclaimed warrior, but due to his righteous nature, he tried to avoid violence whenever possible. This side of his character is well revealed in an incident that took place towards the end of the Mahabharat war.
कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मा सनातनाः धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नम् अधर्मोऽभिभवत्युत.
Translation: When a dynasty is destroyed, its traditions get vanquished, and the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. Commentary: The elder members of the family bear age-old traditions, customs, ideals and noble values of a community, which they pass on to their next generations. These traditions help nurture moral values in families and build religious propriety in a society. If the elders die early, their valuable knowledge goes with them, and in the absence of proper guidance, the next generation sways away from the virtuous path. Therefore, Arjun was of the opinion that the elders of a family should be spared.
अधर्मविभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलश्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसङ्करः.
Translation: With the preponderance of vice, O Krishna, the women of the family become immoral, and from the immorality of women, O descendant of Vishnu, unwanted progeny are born. Commentary: Women occupied a very high status in Vedic society. For families to be religious and societies to be moral, it is necessary that their women be virtuous. According to the Manusmriti, Yatra Nriya Stup Jante Rammante Takra Devat, 3.56, societies where women are worshipped, for they are chaste and virtuous, the celestial gods are joyous. Arjun became concerned and started comprehending what would happen to the society in the absence of guidance and protection of elders. The women of the family may get misled. Therefore, Arjun said to Sri Krishna that if the women of the family turn towards immorality and commit adultery, they would bear illegitimate children. This would not only destroy peace and happiness of the future generations, but also deprive the ancestors of their Vedic rights. Family traditions will be abandoned, and the welfare of society will be at stake.
Sankaro narakayaiva kulajnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham lupta pindodakakriyaha.
Translation: An increase in unwanted children results in hellish life both for the family and for those who destroy the family. Deprived of sacrificial offerings, the ancestors of such corrupt families also fall.
Daushe rete kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः.
Translation: Through the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted progeny, a variety of social and family welfare activities are ruined.
उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणाम् मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा.
Translation: O Janardhan, Krishna, I have heard from the learned that those who destroy family traditions dwell in hell for an indefinite period of time.
अहो बत महत् पापं कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयम् यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः. यदि मामप्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्यो तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्.
Translation: Alas! How strange it is that we have set our mind to perform this great sin with horrifying consequences. Driven by the desire for kingly pleasures, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen. It would be better if, with weapons in hand, the sons of Dhritarashtra kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. Commentary: Arjun was surprised, despite being aware that this war would only bring misfortune to all those who were in the battlefield and the families they would leave behind. They were all hankering to commit this sin. He started with the word aho, which means alas. He had enumerated all the possible catastrophes that were imminent if this war took place, but he was ignoring the very fact that if the wrongdoers were not punished, it would cause greater damage to the society. Often, we keep blaming the circumstances or others, but turn a blind eye towards our own weaknesses. Arjun's justification for not killing his greedy cousins and relatives was driven by his own attachment and compassion towards them. Even though he felt it was a sin to kill them, as they were his relatives, he did not realize that his sentiments were actually materialistic and not transcendental. Blinded by compassion, he had forgotten his dharma as a warrior, that he was beyond this material body. His delusion had come to a point where he was willing to drop his weapons and allow his enemy to kill him unarmed.
Sanjaya uvacha eva muktvarjuna sankhye rathopasta upavishat visrajya sasharam chapam shoka samvikna manasaha. Om Tatsaditti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha.
Translation: Sanjay said, speaking thus, Arjun cast aside his bow and arrows, and sunk into the seat of his chariot, his mind in distress and overwhelmed with grief. Commentary: Arjun's reluctance to fight the war had now reached its climax. He had now surrendered to his grief and slumped into deep dejection. His condition was the creation of his own material attachments and caused his dereliction of duty. This was a completely unexpected behavior from someone who was considered the epitome of devotion and self-surrender to God. In fact, before the battle, when both parties were mobilizing their armies, given a choice between the entire armed Yadu army and the unarmed Lord Shri Krishna, Arjun chose the Lord, as he had complete faith in him. At this point, let us consider who Arjun really was. He was definitely not a novice, bereft of spiritual knowledge. His celestial father was Indra, the king of heaven. Arjun had been to his abode and received several boons from him and other celestial beings. In his past life, Arjun was Nar, part of the twin descensions the Nar-Narayan, where Nar was the perfected soul situated in transcendental knowledge and Narayan the Supreme Lord. Then why in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, a grand warrior of such stature was dropping his weapons? What was the cause of his misery? For the benefit of future generations, Shri Krishna wanted to bring forth the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. By intentionally confusing Arjun, the Lord had created this opportunity. In this chapter, Arjun put forth to the Lord several arguments and justifications why he should not fight this war, and in the subsequent chapters Shri Krishna has elaborated upon why Arjun's arguments were inappropriate and the way forward.